You can start with
So,
Silpat.
for the property in Hue, built in a circle, and the French designer that they used had done their property in Sapa already. And in Sapa, I already saw the problem because in Sapa, they have two different restaurants separated by an outside walkway. So you have two kitchens. So now for the owner, it means you have to invest in the kitchen equipment in two kitchens. You have to have two kitchen crews every day. So it becomes very costly. So then I looked at the one drawing, and the designer had done it again. He had 4 different food and beverage options in the hotel with 4 separated kitchens. Of course, the designer makes more money because they buy more equipment,
Design.
So when I came in, he did not like me because
They all don't.
Yeah.
None of them like you.
I consolidated all the food and beverage options into one corner because in that corner you had a restaurant, and on level 2 and 3 you had the ballroom and another ballroom, and then over to the side you had the coffee shop. So now I concentrated everything in one corner, so one kitchen crew, one set of investment for kitchen. And the other thing I saw when we were developing this is in the laundry. The laundry was situated next to the heat pumps, and the heat pumps are the ones that make hot water. But what you guys probably don't know is that the exhaust of a heat pump is cold air. And the laundry gets very hot, right? And most owners don't invest in AC in the laundry. So the poor employees are standing and the sweat is just running, and it's 45, 50 degrees in there. So what we did in Hue, we funneled the exhaust from the heat pumps into the laundry room, so free AC. And the people
You
in
have
the
to
laundry,
say that the people, mainly you talk about employer. Many owners think that you are church union. You have to
Yeah,
take the benefit and then get it from there for the
benefit,
employer.
but the benefit, and the reason I saw it in Hue, in Sapa, you know what they did with the exhaust? In Sapa. So the laundry is very hot in Sapa, even though it's colder air, but when the dryers and the ironer, everything is working, it gets very hot. But the heat pump exhaust just goes outside.
Great. That's about Silpat. But
No, but the point is, it goes back to my earlier conversation, is that when you have somebody from an operational background and
yes,
a background of the whole hospitality flow, you can correct these things on the drawing and it costs nothing. But like in Sapa,
but only when you think.
But
and
in
have
Sapa,
experience.
to change the exhaust into the laundry is 2 billion to do. So then the owner don't want to do it.
So can you keep telling the similar story with other hotel? I remember that with Vinpearl.
Yeah. So
they have a flood situation.
No, Vinpearl in Foucault, same. So we developed 366 rooms and 200 villas. Now, that means that on the weekend you have 2,000 people come. Yeah? 2,000 people checking in, and there's only so many flights in the morning that comes to Foucault, and they all come to the hotel.
On the trash mountain.
No, that's the side thing, but the point is they come to the hotel at 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning. Now the people checking out has not checked out yet. So what do I do with 2,000 people when the rooms are not ready?
You're waiting outside.
Yeah. So I converted one restaurant into a waiting lounge where we had tea, coffee, we had games for the kids so that the people don't get frustrated. Because if they come to the resort, the room is not ready, which they can understand because they come early. But if there's nowhere for them to go, the frustration builds, and then they keep walking back to the front desk. Is my room ready? Is my room ready? And it just builds frustration. So then we redrew, because there were many mistakes, because this was a new opening.
What the fuck is my room is not ready?
Yeah, but also now all the roads to the villas, 2 buggies cannot meet. They're too narrow. And they're not built to take the weight of a buggy, so they keep breaking everywhere. So what we did is, in the redrawing, we built a customer lounge with a roofed area where the buggy comes up, picks them up, and takes them to the villa. And again, in this resort, the 2 big restaurants are 2 separate buildings outside.
I see.
But no roof to walk there. And in Foucault, 4 months out of the year, it rains a lot and heavy. So you have to run and get wet and then eat and run and get wet to get back to the room. Because they didn't think in the beginning.
But the amazing part is the Vietnamese
They don't mind.
guests, they don't mind. So there's no room for improvement.
No, but they have improved it now. But the point is, when you improve it later, it costs a lot. It costs in guest dissatisfaction. It costs in rework. It's quite expensive to redo something that's
So how you can tell and persuade that owner who barely know what is the perfect thing in the beginning, that this is a great thing that you should do right in the beginning. Everybody talk about that.
What I would use is my quality cost example from Hilton New York, but put different parameters in, and they can see what the total cost is if they don't listen to me now.
Tự
Big
nhiên
one.
đi hỏi speaker chứ.
The one?
What year? What year? 2016?
2015, 16, and 17.
I remember back then the interior design is terrible. Each and every one furniture is different color and from different style.
Another example with WEATWORK. I was the cluster general manager for all of Nha Trang Island. And Mr. Vung, he wanted to redo the roads to have less elevation because he wanted to go all electric on the island. So his idea is great. However, they redo all these roads and we have all these construction meetings. And in every meeting, I keep asking, what about the drainage? Oh, no worry. Every meeting I ask about the drainage. In 2017, we had a typhoon come, and all the 2016, right before Christmas, 1 week before Christmas, we have a typhoon come. And you know what happens with roads when there's no drainage? They become like floods because the water cannot go anywhere. And all these roads, where do they lead? To the lobby of every hotel. Right? So here comes all this water and just goes straight through every lobby. And it was simple. All they had to do is build a drainage on the side of the road, but they didn't. And I'm driving around on a motorbike completely soaked. And Mr. Bung is out there and he sees me and he goes, "You're right." I said, "Yeah, I know." But now, to fix it, first, we had to clean up 5 hotel lobbies, repaint, reflooring in 10 days because Christmas we were full. So the expense of that, and then the expense of doing the construction again. But they don't want to listen. And the same thing, it will happen again. When they did these roads, they completely took down a mountain where they built the new wind per land, right? They put all that sand in the ocean to stop the beach erosion, but they didn't secure it with any piling. So all that sand eventually is going to be gone. But what I want to do with We Hospitality is we need to use a very convincing way for the owner to see that if you don't address it now, this is going to be your expense later. And I do have a model. When I worked, this is a long time ago, I was the director of quality assurance at Hilton New York. My general manager was so proud because we had 95% customer satisfaction. He was so proud and always said, "Oh, we don't need to improve this. We're already so good." Then I showed him on paper how much 5% dissatisfaction costs him every year. Then he goes, "We need to do something about it." Yes. So it's about finding the language to talk to the owner why he needs to do it.
Communication. Chị Nhung nhỉ?
No, but it's important. And likewise, yesterday with Balance Hospitality, when we're talking to this group of farmers in Ninding, is to understand what they want so that you can deliver what they want. Otherwise, it's a waste of time.
Lean thinking. All right, any question? Let's see how much they can listen. You know, the past 12 minutes. Not that much. Sometimes they can sit in the training class for 4
really,
hours.
But really,
let them ask questions first if they do. This is what he's reflecting, what he have in the past experience in Vietnam and somewhere outside Vietnam, which is 35 years of experience. We have to exploit that. We have to marketing and sell his experience. This is We Hospitality job. Make it simple. Yeah? Promote it, sell it, telling story, yeah, and sell his experience.
But it's not just selling the story and the experience. We have to create the model.
Yes, they all come together. Yeah. So that is We Hospitality and part of WEATWORK.co. This is basically general speaking about what we do business before we can go into the business model itself. So right now he have about dozen of owners like this approaching him over the past month since he decided, and his name already in the market, even though no advertising, no promotion, nothing. Yeah. But they just call, I heard you are doing this and that. So at least in the hospitality industry, the information is really go that way. So when we have to take opportunity to send people the best information, of course, for them to know, and then aware, and then consider, and then sell. Is that correct? The customer journey. That is a job. So when it's coming to dozen of company, an owner already reaching out them, there are two that he see that this is a lot of work I have to invest. Those are the best investor, owner, who at least want to learn about industry if there is the first time. If they used to work before, they want to learn that why they failed before, and now we go into work with We Hospitality, they can gain. Of course, they don't want to work with somebody that they fails again. So all of that, we have to make sure they see it.
And to be honest, the other thing, like for example, Miss Ha with the Monet property. Miss Ha,
yeah. You should put a middle name in because we cannot tell the difference. Okay. It's so difficult.
Okay. But for her, they don't want to deal with the big companies that do the consulting because A, they charge high, but it's all copy paste. And what she sees with us, I'm building my model as I go, and she's part of that. And that's attractive to her because she knows she's going to get an authentic product that's really tailor made to her. But a lot of work because once today I get the 1/500 plan that's already approved by the government, we have to deliver to her what it needs to look like, what activities should be there, what food and beverage options, how everything is supposed to look. Then the designer would take that and create the physical design. And I already know what style she wants. She wants it very luxurious, but she doesn't want to create villas for sale for 12, 15, 20 billion. She wants to keep them under 8 billion so that she can sell it in the market. And then she wants me to sell her real estate too, which I haven't done before.